Well, I've taken many guitar lessons from many different instructors over the years, and I looked online and I saw some interviews, I saw some information that the PMI website had, and it answered a lot of my questions, and it seemed like it was right up my alley in terms of what I was looking for from a guitar course right now at this stage in my progression. Well, with the PMI program, Chad has supplied a lot of information that I found very relevant for what I was looking for. Like I mentioned, I've taken many lessons from many different instructors, and usually after about 3 months, I'm kind of bogged down and meandering. But after the interview process, to where I could see what the PMI was offering, I felt like this would really, answer my questions and needs to progress as a guitarist. And not only the lesson, but also the information that supplied on the website. There's plenty of stuff there to work on. The practice sessions or the jam sessions that we have, I've never experienced that before, and for a player like me that's basically, just played by myself in my room, it was a good experience, a challenging experience that I really needed to go through in order to get to where I could play in front of people without being totally locked up and intimidated. Chad is very insightful, I'll put it that way, in terms of analyzing your technique. I really haven't had many instructors talk to me about technique so much in terms of my pick hand and how I handle the pick, or my positioning when I'm playing and practicing. He's very good at picking out your weaknesses and the things you need to work on, but he does it in a way that's constructive. He puts it on you. You're responsible for your progress, and he'll show you the things you need to work on, and then it's up to you to do it. But I found that accountability that he holds you to is, for me particularly, to be very good for me. In terms of knowing the fretboard and the different scales that, particularly for blues, that I like to play, the lessons have been spot on. I've had lessons before and that you end up meandering, and you just jump from one thing to another, and it doesn't really tie together. Where this course seems to start at a starting point, and Chad's got a lot of information to give you, but he gives it to you as you need it, and builds on the previous stuff that you've already learned, which to me is it's a very coherent and structured way of approaching it, and I find it to be very good. My goals when I started this were to be able to solo more effectively, understand the guitar, understand the fretboard, understand the scales, and what I've accomplished so far in the months that I've been involved with the PMI course is I'm way beyond what I was to begin with. I had some knowledge of the guitar, but I think where I am now is miles beyond what I was months ago when I started. I've taken a lot of lessons and quit a lot of lessons, to be quite honest with you. A lot of it has to do with myself, but I think Chad's approach and the material and the content of the material that we're dealing with, I don't really want to stop. I want to continue because I can see the progress. I can see, I can hear the progress in my own playing. So as far as the value, no doubt it's well worth it. There's no doubt that Chad is interested in developing you as a guitarist. He just doesn't throw something at you and let you mess with it and then just move on to something else. He's going to make sure you learn it. And if you kind of skip or slack off a little bit on one area, he always seems to bring it up, and there you go. You say, well, yeah, I should have been doing that, and he gets you right back onto where you need to be. It's not like okay, here's the material for 1 week, one lesson. Then next week you have something else, and you forget about what's in the past. He'll bring it up and reinforce it, and so he definitely is paying attention to what you're doing, and he can tell when you've been practicing and when you maybe have been a little less diligent than you need to be. For a blues guitar, people that are interested in the blues guitar, because that's basically what I'm interested in, and that's what we've been discussing, or that's where my course has been structured for. He's an amazing guitar player. He can really play well. It's obvious when we jam and stuff like that he can really play the guitar. So as far as his abilities and his knowledge, no doubt about it, he knows what he's doing. And for me, when I am practicing, when I'm in my lessons and we're going over stuff, and he asks me to do things, he definitely points out where, some areas where I need to work on my pick attack, my strumming, areas that, I've never really had anybody instruct me on before. So, if you've had bad habits, maybe you've developed over the years on practicing on your own, he offers options for you there, and he'll point out the things you need to work on very succinctly. I'm definitely enjoying playing a whole lot more than I have in the past. I tend to get in a circle or a vicious cycle of playing the same things over and over again, and then I get bored with it, or I just get tired of it, or I just say I'm not making any progress. But I think like I've broken through some barriers on that based on what I've done so far with the PMI course. I think Chad could probably he could jam with Joe, and they'd probably enjoy playing together.